Hello, namaste. Happy snow moon to everybody. I just wanted to come on here to do a little bit of information about grounding. So, I am Tony, the Global Healer, intuitive reader, and medium. And welcome to my page. Welcome and thank you for sharing out. So, a lot of people do different kinds of grounding. And for me, I learned from spirit. If you know anything about me, I was born naturally with a gift. Most people are, but then they forget it at a certain age. So for me, I started with this gifting that I have, noticing more things when I was 5 years old. When I was 7 years old, I was starting to heal animals and also just kind of like just touched people and they started getting better. So I just had a natural ability. When I was about 14 years old, I had a near-death experience also. And I came back with more giftings from the other side. And then again, this is going to be a short story because it can be very long. And then again, I had a near-death experience when I was 18. So being on the other side at that time, I was, let's say, I was in a coma for about 4 months. So I was kind of gone on the other side for 4 months and seen some amazing things on the other side. And so I came back with natural abilities to sing, do music, also with more so giftings, as in healing abilities and seeing spiritual. Also being able to be here but be somewhere else. That being said, I was also taught by Source Spirit over on the other side of how I ground. Now, everybody's learned from one person here, and everybody seems to think that is the correct way. Well, it could be for them, but it's not for me. So, for me, for grounding, and it does not make sense for me to ground to the core of the earth, Mother Earth, okay? Because that's earthbound to me. Spirit was telling me that that's lower vibration. You're bringing in the earth core. Well, I feel everything more. So it's like more intensified for me when I do the grounding that way to, the earth core. And you bring the energy from the earth core up to all through your solar plexus and all through your meridians and everything, then up. So when I tried to do that, because somebody told me that I need to start grounding more when I was younger because I was feeling everybody's, stuff. Well, it intensified for me because I felt the earth shiftings, the earth weather, all the magnetics, changing, everything. It just was not for me at all. I was feeling more of the emotions of everybody because they're all grounded. So here's my lesson. I learned from Source. You have to lift yourself higher vibration, okay? So when I ground, I take and I visualize, I see myself as I can go, when I had passed away and came back, my near-death experience, I went up through this beautiful white tunnel that was all rainbows and crystals, okay? So now that I know what that is, and now that I know that I could go there up to Source and to my planet, I visualize going up. I go from my feet all the way up through my meridians, through this beautiful white crystal tunnel, all the way up past our 13th meridian. So a lot of people teach and know about the 7 main meridians in your body. Well, we have a lot more than that. You travel all the way up to the 13th, and I go through this crystal tunnel, beautiful lights and shimmering, and then I go into a nothing place. And then when I come out onto the other side, I see Source with the energy force and my star planet. And then the star planet wraps me around with protection, higher vibration, clothes me with that light, that higher vibration, and then I bring it around me. Now that's how, if you're a higher vibration, you're going up higher vibration, and then you're here on Earth, you are not going to be feeling all those negative and low vibration things around you, and it'll protect you, because the things that are the lower vibration cannot stand high vibration. So for grounding, for me, that's what I do. Everybody's different, but this is what I learned from Source only, and it works for me. I higher my vibration, going through this tunnel, going up, 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 all the way up into this beautiful, no time existing space, glorifying lights and beautiful angels and the Source and many masters, and I see my blue planet, and they just download this high frequency. Now, when I was on the other side, everything had music. Everything had their own song. So, but they were all harmonizing with one another. And it was such a beautiful, angelic experience. Now, we all have a song within us, and I say that with my healings because I don't know if you've ever heard of anybody else, but when I do healing sessions on people, if I see their DNA song out of tune, then I look for what is the reason behind it. And when I remove all the stagnant energies, the cords, the soul ties, the past life contracts, and more so the emotional and physical and memory cells, then the song starts tuning. See, it's out of tune. And then it starts tuning to this frequency of your beautiful song. And then I know that you are in tuned again. All right, so just like when I'm on the other side, heavenly, the place where I went to when I was had my near-death experience, every single thing, the crystals on the walls there, the beautiful colors, everything had their own song. And we'll only know each other by our song because we are light beings. And when we move on to the next thing in our life and we go on to the other side, we will know each other by our song. Okay? If that makes sense to you. So that's why it's very high with the high frequency of sounds. And that's where I go to tune up. And the light source protects me for this earthbound where we are. I just wanted to let you know, so, you could visualize going up through a crystal or visualize what you feel comfortable with. That's how I know when I went to the other side. That's where I go instantly, and I also go there when I do my healing sessions too. So I know the experience, I know the feeling, I know where to go. So just visualize yourself just breathing and then going up into this beautiful tunnel, or going up in an elevator, a beautiful white elevator going up, seeing the source, the energy ball, just visualizing this crystal being completely covering you and encased, breathing and then coming back, and then you'll feel a difference. You'll know, most definitely. So I just wanted to come to you with that, and then I'm going to do another quick session too. Maybe I'll just do it now. So that was about grounding. That's my experience, and like I said, that's from my experience from being on the other side. Being on the other side for me too, I I was also taught from Source about crystals, okay? They have beautiful crystals and everything where I was on the other side. I mean, crystals that are probably not even here, but they all were beautiful sound, music, and all that too. Source told me, so how do you charge your crystals? Well, everybody seems to think that you need to charge your crystals with the moon. Well, for me, I do the opposite because that is not what I was taught from Spirit. So I was taught to dig a hole in your yard with the earth, and I usually put my crystals in there and let them sit for a week. This is just one way because they came from earth, right? So I charge them in the earth and the dirt and all that, covered up. And then I wait for a week, and then I bring them back in and wash them. Another thing too, I know people do the salt water. Well, I take baths with my crystals also. That recharges them and also charges your water. Okay? So you're getting also cleaned up with your crystals and your bath water, your Dead Sea salt bath water and all. Another thing that I do too for charging your crystals is I put them in the freezer because, the elements, okay? So when I was living in Alaska, I used to put my crystals outside in the snow. Believe it or not, it purifies them. Crystals, it purifies them, recharges them. It's like when your battery is low, some people used to put it in the freezer and it would recharge it. Does that make sense? For me, it does because it really works, and my crystals are always very pure and clean. I also charge them in the sun instead of the moon. Okay, so you could do the sun bathing, recharging of your crystals. You could do the Dead Sea salt in your bath water, and also that rejuvenates your body also. Another thing too is you could put them in the freezer, you could put them outside, and also you could put them, dig a hole especially, and put them in that hole. That will recharge earth-wise. So I do like quite a few different things, but I guess I just really didn't. I tried to do the moon thing, and it just didn't really work for me because it seems like everybody has one way of doing things, and then everybody follows that one way. And reality is there is different ways that actually work pretty dang good. So just like with grounding yourself, and also recharging and grounding your crystals. This is how I do it. I'm just giving you some tips. I think that you should try it and see how that works for you. All right? So, let's see if there's anything else. Nope, I don't think so. So this is just a short tutorial. I hope that you are releasing everything today in the snow moon. A lot of emotions, and everybody's being affected. I'm even being a little affected myself. I'm not like this perfect, pure person and all. Everybody's being affected, letting go what no longer serves you. Okay? Yep, just letting go. Letting go. Write things down on a piece of paper, what no longer serves you. Tonight, go out and release it to the universe. Burn it. Release it. Let it go. Forget about it. It's done. You gave it over to Source. You gave it over to the universe. Okay? You just burn it. No longer serves you. All your emotions, everything you no longer want. Okay? So I would do that as an act of faith also, and trusting and knowing that everything will be getting a lot better for you. Okay. All right. So this I'm going to end. I just wanted to give a tutorial on that, and love and light to you guys. Again, namaste, and Tony the Global Healer here, intuitive healer, medical intuitive, and also intuitive reader, and sometimes mediumship and more. All right. Please do share my page with other people. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to get it up there. People do come, but they don't push like or anything like that. So they just follow. So, all right, you guys. Love and light to you. I'm going to be probably going live here. So, all right. Blessings.